What's up, beautiful people? This is Stay Ballin, Stay Ballin. ようこそアメリカ生まれバスケ育ちのバスケバカ JIZO です。で、今日はですね、新しいシリーズなんですけど、もう超スペシャルゲストに来てもらってます。B1 で、信州ブレイブウォリアーズでプレイしている栗原ルイス選手に来てもらってます。今日はよろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
いや、ほんとね、忙しい中、本当ありがとうございます。
いやいやいや。
そうだね。でも、我々はね、アメリカ時代から、知り合いというか同じバスケコミュニティでプレイしていたので、ということでね、今日出ていただいてるんですけど、いや、どうですか最近は。すごいもう。
まあ、ぼちぼちかな。
ぼちぼち。いや、本当ここ最近ね、ブレイブウォリアーズが連勝が続いてて、で、栗原選手も、もう超活躍して、2試合前とかもう24得点だよね。24得点の6リバウンドとかでしたっけ ?7 リバウンド、6アシストみたいな。
はい。
素晴らしいスタッツを残して、すごいですね。
ありがとうございます。
いや、
でもこれから少しずつ調子を上げていきたいですね。
いや、すごいです。もう、いつか試合は見に行きたいなと思ってて、すごい期待してます。
ぜひぜ
ひ。はい。で、今日はですね、このシリーズが何かというと、海外育ちとか、海外出身の方たちが、日本でプレイしてて、でもやっぱ日本でプレイしてて日本語を話せない選手が多いじゃないですか。栗原選手は日本語話せますけど、話せない選手たちをフィーチャーして、その人たちの、人となりというか、バックグラウンド、背景をいろいろ話せたらいいなと思って、このシリーズを始めたんですが、基本的にはね、英語で話して日本語の字幕を入れるっていう形になるんですけど、今後は。栗原選手は両方話せるということで、今日はちょっとなんか、ジャパングリッシュみたいな、両方で話していきたいなと思ってます。
はい。
はい。いや、では、早速、栗原選手の、なんて呼ぼう栗原選手でいいそれともルイスでいい
いや、もうルイスでいいよ。逆に違和感ある。
そうだよね。ごめん。ルイスは、俺は、どこ出身とか、なんとなくさ、どう育ってきたかってのは知ってるけど、知らない方たちのためにさ、生まれはどこで、で、何年間そのアメリカにいたとかっていうのをちょっと聞きたいんだけど。
英語でいいんだよね。
どっちでも。
あ、Okay, well, I was born in Culver City, California, close to LA, and I was born and raised there for pretty much my entire life, 21 years. で、大学卒業して、こっち来たって感じかな。
Right. How is your Japanese so good? Like, you've been living in the States for I think we're in similar situations, but you've been living there for 21 years. Like, did you attend Japanese school or speak with your family or?
Yeah, I attended Japanese school. I went on Saturdays, at the time it was kind of like, why do I have to wake up so early in the morning? It's a weekend. I want to sleep in. But looking back, I kind of appreciate my parents putting me in Japanese school because now, I can get away with things in Japan.
Right.
And, 家の中ではずっと日本語だったし、
そっか。
会話日本語だし、見るテレビも日本語だったし、outside of my house was English, but inside was, 99% Japanese. So I think that's where I got it from.
I see. I think that's important. Yeah, to have a place where you can speak Japanese. I think that's the same for me as well. I spoke Japanese with my parents. I had a few friends that spoke Japanese. But yeah, that's really how I was able to keep it. Because you know how there's a lot of Japanese Americans like us, even second generation, that lose their Japanese, Like my younger brothers, they don't speak as Japanese as well as we do, so.
やっぱそうなんだ。
Right. あれ
Like,
ルイスも弟いるもんね。
いる。3つ下の。
日本語は話せる普通に。
でも、どっちかっていうと話すときは英語だから。
そうだよね。
Yeah, I don't think it's as good,
Right.
but I think he's trying to pick back up.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Has your Japanese gotten better since you moved over here? I think like what, 3 years ago ish, right?
3 years ago. Yeah. I'd say so.
Yeah.
Speaking Japanese in the States, I think is a lot different because something we didn't do in the States was 敬語.
Oh yeah.
敬語と丁寧語とか. To a certain point, we can get away with it in the States.
Right.
I mean, I still get away with it today, but I've never had to use it so much.
Right.
It wasn't new, but it was definitely different.
I mean, I'm sure you have to do interviews sometimes too, right?
Yeah.
So like, you got to use proper Japanese. It's kind of weird because, if you can't speak Japanese at all, like the person who's interviewing you, they don't expect much, but like you can speak Japanese, so they expect like, just regular keigo, regular teinego from you, which I think is kind of pressure for you, right?
Actually not necessarily because, a lot of people know my background, and even if they didn't, they don't try to, なんていうのかな、空気重たくはしないから、I can get, and I see them like a lot, and I talk to them like outside of interviews too. So, たまに、緩くはなるけど, so I can get away with that. Yeah.
So it's very friendly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Friendly, yeah.
Okay, that's good. I see. Let me just go back a little bit on your background. Like when did you start playing basketball?
I started when I was 5.
5, wow. That's early.
Yeah.
And back in the US, let's say for people in Japan who don't know how people play basketball in the States, like where they play, what kind of teams did you play on, like through your, up till graduating college?
So I first started playing Asian League. I think you played in that too.
Right. Asian League.
Yeah.
People in Japan won't know about this Asian League, that they have a league for Asians in the US,
But yeah, that I was invited by a friend, and I found the game fun, and I stuck with it. And then, I played, I think in middle school is when I started to play travel ball. But travel ball was mostly with the guys I played with in Asian League. Or some of them.
Interesting.
Yeah. Or, we were in different organizations, but we knew each other. And then we played in the same travel ball team. And then I ended up switching teams in Asian League.
Oh, okay. That was in high school, right?
Yeah, that was in high school, yeah. And then that's when I started to play Asian League with some of my travel ball teammates.
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
And then, yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay, I see. So Asian League and travel ball. Obviously, you also played for your high school team as well.
Yeah.
You played 4 years, right?
I played 1 year on JV, 3 years on varsity. But yeah, 4 years.
Dang. Okay, that's good though. That's good. And after that, you went to play. I think D3, right? D3 ball.
D3, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did you know you wanted to play college basketball in high school? Like you were looking for colleges, to play basketball? Or is it like you went to college and then you either tried out, or like what's your story behind that?
So I think it started off before, actually not before, but I think my ultimate goal was to play in Japan.
Oh, so you already had
that. So in order to do that,
oh,
yeah, I actually had to work out with a couple pros when I was in high school.
Mm.
You know, two of them play in Japan. They still do.
Mhm.
And they came over to the States to work out one summer. I think it was my summer going into my junior or senior year.
Mhm.
And I worked out with them. And then I found out there was a basketball league in Japan. And, you know, I've always wanted to try living in Japan because I only went to Japan for vacation. So I wanted to know what it was like to live here.
Right.
And then that's when I had a vision. I was like, I want to try this. And then I started looking, or my mom knew someone whose son played at Whittier,
Okay.
which is where I played at.
Mhm.
And so she was like, yeah, it's a small school, it's D3, but you know, it's basketball is basketball, college ball is college ball. And they kind of, you know, Whittier 進めて、で、I looked into different D3 schools and I decided to go to Whittier. Then, so I got accepted to Whittier, I committed there, and then I graduated, and that summer was when I met my agent at a YMCA.
At a YMCA?
I was playing pickup ball.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I was playing pickup ball, and, you know, some random, like, でっかい黒人が入ってきて、お、誰だこいつみたいな感じになって。And he's wearing a 青森の T シャツ.
Interesting, okay.
It's just big, like, 青森.全然似合わねえじゃん.
Okay.
But anyways, we started hooping, and he's big, and he's skilled, and I was like, whoa, this guy's good. And, you know, the guy that runs the gym, I was like, oh, he actually played in Japan. I was like, oh, that makes sense then. That's why he has that Aomori t-shirt. And so he got me connected with him. We talked for a bit. That was the first time I met him. And he was like, yeah, but now I kind of, not recruit, but like he's like, I'm an agent now. I'm a FIBA agent. And I'm trying to look for guys that want to play in Japan. And so, yeah, I only met him like 3 times in person. But ever since then, we've been in touch. You know, throughout my 4 years of college, he'd always text me, and we made phone calls. And then when I was about to graduate college was when he was like, okay, let's start talking to teams. And yeah, that's what led me here.
That's crazy. So just, I mean, well, I won't say random, but just somebody that just you hooped with at YMCA was a reason kind of you got connected to the Japanese basketball league over here. Is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Wow. And that was in high school, you said?
Yeah, when I graduated high school.
Graduated high school. Okay. Oh, wow. That's interesting. I see. Damn. That's but yeah, no, yeah, if you see like a tall black guy wearing a t-shirt that says Aomori, it's kind of funny. Not funny. I won't say funny, but it's kind of you kind of see like.
Yeah, I'm used to it now.
Right.
But at the time, it's like, どんだけ日本好きなんだよ,
ね.
Because I didn't know it was a basketball team.
Right. No, see, like I can see. I understand if it's Tokyo or maybe even Osaka, but Aomori, like,
Yeah.
you know,
like out of all places.
Right. I see. That's crazy. Okay, so during your 4 years in college, so you're keeping in touch with him. When did the, you know, like the full-on, like negotiations start with teams in Japan? Is that during your college years, or was it after you graduated?
I think during my senior year.
Senior year?
Was when we started. He said there were some teams that had shown interest, and he was talking to them. But I didn't really, I didn't really talk to teams. He was the one that kind of negotiated, and he was like, this is what we have. But yeah, I would say my senior year of college.
Senior year. I see. Right. Did you already have a contract before you graduated? or was there like a little bit of a period where you were still looking for teams after college?
I would say, I don't know how in depth I can get, but I chose Shinshu after I graduated.
Okay.
But I had offers before I graduated too.
Makes sense. Okay. So, and then you've been with the Shinshu Brave Warriors for the past 3 years. And you guys are B2 when you joined, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? And you guys made it up to B1 last season? 2 seasons ago?
今年昇格した。
Oh, wow. Okay. So this year is your first year in B1.
Yeah.
I see. How has this past 3 years been playing professional in Japan? Like, do you think D3 basketball at Whittier or playing against D3 teams prepared you well? Or is there like a lot of things that are just so different that you had to like completely readjust to playing over here?
I wouldn't say the adjustment was really hard, but I wouldn't say it was really easy. Kind of what I expected.
Okay.
Like intensity, physicality, even the mental part is like 2-3 notches higher. I mean, it's professional ball.
Right.
We get paid to play. It makes sense. But I think playing college ball definitely helped, especially in the States, because when I first came to Japan, it kind of seemed like, no offense to anyone, but it didn't seem like there were too many smart people playing out there.
Okay.
B1 is a little different.
Right.
I feel like there's a big gap between B1 and B2.
Interesting.
B1, everyone's a lot bigger, a lot faster, a lot smarter. But when I first played B2 was when it was like, man, this guy's running with his head cut off or something.
Really interesting.
Really, yeah. It was like he's cutting just to cut. He's not trying to look for the ball or like get someone else open or whatever.
Oh.
But kind of related to that was everyone's really fast. Like let's take that cut for example.
Right.
When they cut, it's like super fast. But it's like too fast to a point where it's like you're not gonna do anything with that. Whereas in America, you cut, you look for the ball.
Right.
I think in the States, it's easier to learn the intangibles of the game.
Okay.
How to use your eyes and using your creativity to get yourself open, get a shot up.
Right.
I think that's definitely helped because I feel like basketball here is more, or not organized, but more team-based.
Definitely.
You don't see a lot of one-on-one ISOs. I didn't expect too much.
Right.
But, even coming off a pick, it's like they only have like 1-2 moves that they can do off of that.
Interesting. Okay. And that's even in, B2, obviously there's a gap between B2 and B1, but B2 is still professional, right? They're living off of basketball, and you still feel like there's still a lack of, I wouldn't say lack of, but there's still a big difference between even like D3 ball in the States and B2 over here, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Intensity wise, B2, D3 is not comparable. It's still professional ball.
Right.
I think our team is a little different. He's really detailed, very komakai. Compared to other teams, I look at them and it's just like, 好き勝手やってるわけじゃないけど, it's like, if I were in their shoes, I would have done something. I would have done this. I would have done that.
Interesting.
っていうのが多かったかなって。
I guess those are things that are, just the difference in basketball education or basketball coaching during like the developmental period, when they're kids, right? So I think that's definitely a gap between the US and over here. I mean basketball is just starting to, get bigger. Like B League started what? Like less than 10 years ago? I forgot when, but
like five or six.
Right. So it's I think it's only things to build from now on, you know? So obviously I think it's natural that there is a big gap, but, cause in Japan, like I'm sure a lot of these players, when they were in like middle school or elementary, they were coached by people who don't know basketball too much. So I think, it's, yeah, I'm looking for the future. In the future, I'm hoping that, the IQ and the whole basketball level in Japan is going to go up, but, yeah. How about like in terms of like anything that you had difficult adjusting to in your like everyday life, like off the court, like things that like culture shocks, they say culture shock a lot in Japan, right? Anything that surprised you once after you started living in Japan?
Not necessarily a culture shock, but I'd say just human relationships are a lot different than in the States. An example I can give is like in the States, let's say, in college, you're with your friends. It's like, hey, let's go out to eat.
Right.
It's like, okay, cool. Yeah, let's go right now.
Yeah.
Here, you gotta make an appointment like a week before.
That's so true. That is so
like,
true.
With my teammates here, I think it's a little different because we basically have the same schedule.
Right.
We eat at the same time. It's like, 今からご飯行く. It's like, yeah, that's understandable. But like sometimes it's like, I can't hit them up right now and be like, hey, let's go out to eat.
Right.
Because then they might be doing something else. Part of it has to do with like people, compared to college ball, some teammates have like families.
Right.
They have kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's understandable. But なんだろう、突然どこどこ行こうとかはあまりないから。
Right.
It's not a culture shock, but it's a little different.
I mean, yeah. Why do you think that is? Like that's the same, obviously you're talking from like a professional baller perspective and you and your teammates, but that's the same for like me too, and just regular people. Is it because people are, I don't know why it is. Is it, I'm still trying to figure out why. For me personally, like my friends don't live close to me is a big reason for that too. It's a hassle to get to where my friends live and we don't have cars, like in the States, it'd be like, oh, I'll just pick you up and you live like 10 minutes away and we'll go out to eat. But here, like I had dinner with a friend yesterday. It takes me like an hour to get to where we eat and that's kind of normal too, so I think that's a factor to it as well. But
I think transportation definitely is part of it. If you live in the city like you got to take the train. By car, it's going to take you an hour wherever you go with all that traffic.
Yeah.
But another factor I think is, 社会人になったってのはあると思うけど、but I've never been a 社会人 in the States. So who knows? Maybe it could be the same in the States.
That's true.
So I can't say much, but it's I feel like some people here aren't comfortable when they're like invited, like すぐ行こうみたいな.
I see. That's interesting. Yeah, that's something that I've been thinking about recently too. So interesting. Anything other than that, like that you have kind of felt the difference? Not a culture shock or nothing like you're struggling with, but just, oh man, like this is different from the US and Japan.
No, other than the human relationships part.
Nothing really?
Nothing really.
Really? Like for me, like I'm still struggling with getting used to like differentiating my garbage, like the different in the States, in the US, it's garbage or recycles, it's very easy, but like they have different days, like 燃えるゴミ、
Uh-huh.
燃えないゴミ、プラスチック and everything is
それはわかる。
right. And
Yeah.
also like you don't have like a big garbage can like in our house. Like I think in the States you just have a big garbage can, you can just put it in for a week, you know? But over here like
Mhm.
you don't have space for that. So if you don't, you know, put it out on the day that they come collect it, it's there for another week and you have to kind of deal with it in
Yeah.
your house. Right?
Yeah. It wasn't a struggle for me because when I came to Japan for vacation, I was with my grandparents, so I always saw that. And it was only for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it was, but
right.
they made me do that too.
Mm,
At the time, it's like こんなことまでするんだ。Like 全部燃えるやんみたいな。
right,
But
right. Exactly.
yeah,
Everything is flammable.
yeah. But it is what it is. Like I'm used to it.
Okay.
It wasn't really a struggle.
I
But
see. Okay. Maybe you're a fast adapter. I'm still struggling with it. How about like having no garbage cans around the city? Is that something that's the same in your area as well? Because over here, there's no garbage cans in the city. You have to take it home and throw it away. So, do you have that struggle over there?
in Nagano, no. In
No?
fact, I think I mean, in Nagano, you need a car, like to get by.
Oh, okay.
So like, you go to a kombini, there's a garbage can everywhere you go.
Mm,
So like sometimes if I have like small garbage, I'll just go to a kombini and just throw it out there,
mm,
you know.
I see. Okay.
So yeah. So if anything, I think I have it the other way around. Kombini to buy stuff too, but if I need to throw something out, I'll be like, oh, I'll throw that out and then buy something.
Interesting. Okay. So you don't have that same that difficulty that I've been struggling with. I mean, not a big deal. But, how about like food?
But
Oh, sorry.
oh
Go ahead.
but like,
Go ahead.
I've been to Tokyo before too, like to go see my friends and whatnot.
Right.
And I definitely felt that. Like,
Mhm.
駅でもゴミ箱ないところはないし、
Yeah, exactly.
It's like ペットボトル捨てたいのに捨てるとこないし、I gotta
Exactly.
hold on to it to walk around Shibuya or whatever.
Right. It's
But yeah, I definitely felt that.
it's a pain in the butt. I want to hear your take on food over here. I mean, Japanese food is amazing, right? But are there any foods that you miss from the US that you can't get over here?
Yes, there is. One specifically is Mexican.
Yes. Yes.
My coach he's half Japanese, half American,
Uh-huh.
and he spent his childhood both in Japan and in the States. And we have some players from the States too.
Mhm.
In Nagano, you can't find Mexican. There's
No.
like maybe one or two. But
Okay.
like
Uh-huh.
we're always craving Mexican. It's like, oh yeah, like we want tacos and whatnot. One specifically like Chipotle or like QDOBA. I think アスリート向けではあるし、
Right.
健康的ではあるし、栄養もちゃんと取れるし。I think
Right.
it's good for like after weights or after practice or after games. And I kind of miss that. And one thing that comes to mind is, I think it's a West Coast thing, or a California thing, but In-N-Out.
Yes, of course. Mhm.
I think if In-N-Out came to Japan, I think it'd make a big impact.
I think so too. Yeah. I mean, everybody loves it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Chipotle and In-N-Out. I mean, people like Japanese listeners, whoever's listening to this, I'm sure you won't know Chipotle and In-N-Out. I'll put a description later. But those are like necessities in the US or especially in California. And yeah, I think you have it worse because in Nagano, like Tokyo, there are Mexican spots, right?
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
definitely have it worse. Damn, yeah. But even the Mexican spots in Tokyo, sometimes I'm not satisfied with it because they kind of make it oshare, you know? It's right. What I'm craving is kind of like the dollar 50 tacos from the taco truck in California, you know? But they'll make it oshare and they'll make it look nice, and it's good, but it's not the kind of the the junkness that I'm kind of craving. So, and that goes with pho as well. Like, I love pho. And they have pho in Japan, but they kind of made it their own, and they made it kind of oshare because kind of Vietnamese food is kind of seen as a place where you can kind of go on a date, but in the States, you want to get like a $6 pho that is, has a lot of MSG in it, but it's just so good, and that's kind of what I crave. They don't have that in Japan, so those are some food difficulties that I have. How about what are foods that you, on the other hand, like that you love, that you are, that you eat a lot, and you're happy that you moved to Japan to be able to eat that food?
I think it's hard for me to choose, but I've in the States with my parents, I always had Japanese food and I always liked it. So I wouldn't say there's much of a difference, but I think going to get sushi or yakiniku とかしゃぶしゃぶだったり, it's a lot easier out here.
Definitely.
But even like 普通の定食屋だったり、まあ普通にうまいし、なかなかアメリカには、I can't think of one in the States, but I think just going to get a 定食 somewhere, I think it's pretty high quality out here.
I agree. 日本外れがあんまないよね。
めったにない。
アメリカ普通に外れあるもんね。
アメリカ逆に結構ある。
ね、そうなんだよ。本当わかんない。本当にまずい可能性あるから、日本はね、それがまずないよね。だから、yeah, I agree on that. The average level of food quality is a lot higher. I agree with you on that.
It's definitely higher.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I'm starting to get hungry, so let's kind of switch topics. How about like, what do you do on your days off? Or like, how many days off do you have?
We normally get one. We usually play Saturday, Sunday, and then we'll have Monday off. But we'll have Wednesday games in between too. So it kind of wavers, but we'll usually have one day off a week.
What do you do?
Nothing much, I'm kind of tired, so I'll sleep in, do things around the house, get treatment. If I have time, I'll go to an onsen or go out to eat. But with Corona going on,
right,
there's not much to do. We're in Nagano, I wouldn't say we're not affected, but I don't think it's 東京とか大都市に比べるとそれほど広がってないのかなってのは思うし。Restaurants don't close at 8 here. Not normal time, but they're still open to like 10, 11.
Okay.
映画館に行くとか、そういうのはなくなったかな。
I see.
Yeah.
So you, 気をつけてはいる.
Yeah.
Right.
If one person catches it on the team,
that's true. Right.
Start canceling games.
Right.
There are a couple games canceled this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think B1 では10試合あったんだけど、のうち4つぐらいは中止になったのかな。Yeah.
So, because of players on the team catching COVID.
Yeah, or being like a 濃厚接触者.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you can't, you have to be careful. I
have to be responsible for my actions.
Right, okay. Interesting. Damn. I see, I see. So kind of just relaxing on your day off. Today's your day off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I see. That's cool. That's cool. Um, yeah, I see it's been around what 40 minutes we've been talking. I don't want to take too much of your time. So before we close off, I do want to hear a little bit about just just things related to basketball. Like who was your inspiration growing up? Like did you have a specific NBA player or a couple NBA players or maybe even Japanese players who you kind of looked up to and kind of based your game around or.
When I was little, I loved Steve Nash's game.
Oh, interesting.
Shoot the ball, handle the ball, pass the ball. Thought he was very, very skilled with the ball, even without the ball. But yeah, I found his game pretty fun to watch. He's like, damn, you saw that and you threw it there. But based my game, I don't think there's one specific person that I base my game around.
Okay.
I'll look at a lot of people and try to take certain things from them. Right now, my favorite player is Klay Thompson.
Oh, okay. I can kind of see that.
I don't necessarily want to be like him, but I think he's the best. How do I say it? I used to say this like 3 or 4 years ago, but at the time I thought he was the best 2-way 2 guard.
Okay.
Played very well on offense. And on defense, he was very, lock up people. He'd
right.
basically guard the best player on the opposing team. And that's why I thought he was the best 2-way 2 guard. He's not playing right now. He's hurt. But, and, there are other 2 guards that are playing very well right now. So, that's very debatable. But I still like Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson. Okay. So looking forward to him coming back next year. Next year, right? Yeah. I think he's coming back. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And how about you yourself? Like, what do you see yourself doing in the next couple years, or your career in Japan? Like, what's your goal, or like what's your goal? What do you see yourself doing?
I definitely want to win a championship. But aside from that, I think I'm still young. I think I'm still learning a lot of things. So just taking in a lot of things, experiencing different things, and try to put that into my game. And at the end of each year, I want to be able to say I improved.
Okay, right.
去年に比べると成長できたっていうシーズンにしたいし。I don't have much of a 物理的な目標、目に見えるような目標とかじゃなくて、something that I can feel.
Right. I see. That's great. And just gonna continue improving. Yeah, you're still like 24, right? 25?
24, yeah.
24, right. I mean, you still got, I mean, your career is ahead of you. So, I'm excited for what you're going to be doing. And like I said in the beginning, I definitely want to go see your games as soon as, can people go watch games right now, or are there restrictions because of COVID?
No, you can come watch. I think it's 50% attendance.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check when you come play anywhere close to here. Or if I can take a couple of days off, I might go see it. We'll see.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is there anything else that you want to talk about, to plug or anything? I mean, when I say plug, it's only 200 subscribers right now, so not many people, but anything that you wanted to talk about, say?
If people in Japan are watching this, it definitely helps to come support us, come watch us. I think we have a great home atmosphere. I get a lot of energy from the fans. It's a lot of fun playing here. I think the fans here are really nice. They're really encouraging. So if anyone in Japan is watching, please come watch us.
Okay. Everybody go watch the Brave Warriors. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. It was a fun, we went for like 45 minutes. It was really fun. So thank you again. And yeah, everybody look forward to 栗原選手の活躍を。Okay. Yeah, everybody, thank you for watching. またね、こういうシリーズでぜひ続けたらいいなと思うので、いろんなね、海外出身の選手たちの、ストーリーを、フィーチャーするので、ぜひ見てください。Alright, everybody, till next time, everybody please stay safe and stay ballin'.